Well, hey everyone, this is Michael Andis in the Ozarks First Digital News Desk with some really interesting information for you about one of the projects we've been covering for you with updates over the past, at this point, couple of years now. This is the new Target site in southwest Springfield. There's been a lot of interest about this project in recent years, just from shoppers wanting a second place to have a retailer to go and spend their money, buy new stuff out there. But also, this is the anchor for a massive new development. We've been seeing a lot of changes out there on that part of the city in the recent years. Now, we've been doing updates on this project, and it's one of the most common questions we get here in the newsroom is what's going on at the Target site. And as you can see that video right there, there's been a lot of progress made earlier this week and leading up to right now. In fact, you're seeing right there both the Target store under construction and also the Olive Garden, which is the second tenant that they've been out there constructing. Now, this video right here, I took this yesterday, and there's been even more progress made since this. So you can see right there the walls are up out there at that site at Sunshine and West Bypass. And at this point yesterday, you can see right there the south wall and most of the east wall is up right there. I was out there earlier today, and they have a lot more work done, including the wall going along, I would believe, the north side right there, and even some on the west side as well. So a lot of stuff going on there, and they're putting these prefabricated wall panels up there. That's going to make the construction go pretty quickly. That's a common thing that is used nowadays to get retail stores, big box stores like this up pretty quickly. And this here is what you're going to see at that site, the very beginning of that Target store. We have talked about this project for a couple of years now. It was back in 2023 that we first brought you news that Target was planning to build at this new site called the Sunshine Town Center. Again, that being, as you'll see in the map right there, near the intersection of Sunshine and West Bypass. There's not really been a whole lot of work going on out there up until recently. We've gone out there and checked on it several times. There had been some dirt work going on the property, which had formerly been a mobile home sales site. It had been that for as long as I could personally remember passing by that spot out there. They've done a lot of dirt work. We've seen bulldozers out there, dirt work, equipment out there, getting things ready, but hadn't really been seeing a lot until the fall months, and that's when we began to see a lot of infrastructure being built on the site. That includes all the parking lots, the lighting, the stormwater, the curbs, all of that being built, and so progress was being made. In fact, going out there a few days ago, you could see the parking lots were even paved, but no sign of a store. That has very quickly changed. If you've been by there, you're going to notice those walls going up right there. Target's still not announcing a grand opening for this store just yet. Of course, this will be the second location here in Springfield after their current store out on East Primrose off South Glenstone, which of course has been there since the 1990s. As I mentioned, this store will be the new anchor of the Sunshine Town Center. There's supposed to be a lot of other big box development retailers going in out there as well, but they have not announced any of those yet. You notice those plans right there for the site has a lot of space for additional retailers. Olive Garden there is the only one that's committed to going in there, and of course we'll bring you updates when those things get announced. Construction on that other tenant, Olive Garden, you can see right there it's come quite a ways, and it's obviously a much smaller building right there than this massive Target that they're building. They've been doing a lot of work on that, and it looks like they're nearing completion on that. We've been in touch with the Olive Garden representatives in recent months about the opening, and they say they are still on track to be open sometime this coming summer. This will be Olive Garden's second location here in Springfield after that one on South Glenstone as well. Now, we can tell you, in addition to the Target store here and that Olive Garden, some other retailers have mentioned they're going to be building in here. We found out recently Wendy's is planning a new store in that Sunshine Town Center right there. Also, Blue Current is going to be building a new credit union location somewhere in that side. We're not sure exactly where at, but they have announced that they will be adding a presence right there as well. Now, this is a very hot area for development. There wasn't really a whole lot out there until the last couple of years. We've been seeing a lot of construction, starting with that Menards Center, and then also across the way you have, the Ross, the Burlington Coat Factory, I believe a shoe store in there as well, and a new Michaels. And so that's really taken off quite a bit over the last couple of years. Now, some other tenants have announced construction in that area, not in the Sunshine Town Center, but just trying to be a part of all this activity going on there with the new businesses. That includes a new Taco Bell, not a new Taco Bell, but a new Chick-fil-A, which will be putting a new building on West Sunshine closer to the McCurry Street intersection, which is where you go in to go into Menards right there. Now, as for that Taco Bell, that is going to be the neighbor for a new store called Dutch Brothers Coffee. We announced it just a couple of days ago. So right between Taco Bell and the Plaza Tires, that is where Dutch Brothers Coffee is going to be. Now, we've kind of talked about that in some of our stories earlier in the week, what that is. That is a coffee company very similar to, for instance, Seven Brew, where you drive up, you get your coffee. They have a large presence out in the western states. There are some in Kansas City as well, so if you've been up there, you've likely seen some of those. I was in Colorado recently and saw a lot of those out there as well. So that is going to be making its debut here into the city of Springfield. No opening date announced on that just yet. We had reached out to the company trying to get some more details, but have not heard back from them just yet. So this is what we're left with, all of this work going on the Target site. When you go by there, the questions about what's going on, it can be obvious to you at this point. And, as quickly as they've been building those walls, they've built almost 2.5 sides, almost 3 in just the last 3 days. So it's very likely all 4 walls could be up by the end of the week. Of course, that's just speculation, but that's based on how quickly we've been watching the progress out there. And, of course, there's still a lot more to go. I mean, a lot more goes into a store than just 4 concrete walls. You obviously have to put in the floor and the ceiling and, build it out on the inside. In our previous coverage, we talked about the store. You may notice this looks a lot bigger than the current Target store in Springfield. That is because it is going to be bigger. It's going to be about 150,000 square feet. A lot of people have asked, is this going to be a super Target? Very similar to Walmart supercenters. You've likely seen those around the country if you do a lot of traveling. This is not going to be a super Target per se, but it will be bigger than the current store here in Springfield. So somewhere in between our current Target and a Target superstore. So there's going to be a lot more options right there for you to shop on that growing southwest part of town when that gets done. So we will continue to follow progress out there at the Target site and bring you details whenever we find out about announcements of those new stores and also grand openings of the current ones. So still lots of work to go on out there. We'll keep you posted, and we hope you'll join us right here on ozarksfirst.com for any other details when they come down. We'll see you then.